What's good, New York Knicks fans? Welcome back to New York or Nothing. Let's jump right into the great news that we've had. The New York Knicks just won 3 games in a row. It's been a long time since we've seen the Knicks go on multiple, win streaks throughout the season. The Knicks are above 500. They're 1 game above 500 entering March for the first time since 2012-13, which was their last winning season. The last time that the Knicks even had a sniff of the playoffs. And Knicks fans should be excited. 2 games before All-Star break, the Knicks team really seemed to be finding their identity and coming into stride. Earlier in the season, we didn't really know who they were, and we saw tidbits of who they could be in their defensive presence. Now, about halfway through to the season, I would say that they are considered to be an elite defensive team. Ranking 2nd in the defensive rating in the NBA, 1st in opponents' field goals allowed, 1st in opponents' 3-point percentage allowed, 1st in opponents' field goal percentage allowed. Very, very good defensive numbers for a team that, doesn't necessarily have any defensive studs, but is getting good defense from all-around players. We're finally seeing our offense come into shape. A lot of our offense is just players playing well around Julius Randle. I would say, if you think of it like a solar system, he is the sun of our solar system. He is the all-star, and the rest of the players are just planets orbiting him and getting hot off of his great performances. If Julius Randle plays well, we're noticing it trickle into the other parts of the team, whereas before, or even with other players who are really good, you just don't see it contributing to winning. Let's start with the main guy in the room, Julius Randle, who got his All-Star nod because he's been playing at an All-Star level. So excited to watch him play in the All-Star game. But I don't know if you guys heard, he's also going to be participating in the skills challenge, and I'm so happy about that because Julius Randle is a very skilled big. I don't know if you guys got to see the statistics about how him, Larry Bird, and Jokic are the only players who have ever averaged over 20 points, over 10 rebounds, and 5 assists per game while shooting 40% from 3. He's in the company of some really good players, and seeing him part of the skills competition, this is exactly what you want to see the Knicks doing to show the rest of the league that they're taking things seriously. You got Julius Randle, who made the All-Star game. You got the Knicks, who are hovering around 500, above 500 before the All-Star game. You got Julius Randle participating in the skills challenge and Obi in the dunk contest. It's an All-Star weekend for Knicks fans to finally get excited, and I'm so looking forward to it. Randle has been killing it in terms of shot making, playmaking. Some of these shots that he's making, his fadeaway shot.
Julius Randle against Plumlee, takes him into the lane, fall away, fills it.
Is legit the most beautiful shot in the NBA.
Randle way outside to Reggie Bullock, shot clock at 5. Randle steps back at guns. He had Dennis Smith Jr.
You cannot convince me anything otherwise. It's so much fun to watch him play. Seeing him make those corner threes off the dish from RJ is just
one piston that was wide open.
Barrett for Randle and a long gun that goes.
Chef's kiss, man. It's beautiful to watch. Let's talk about his running mate. So more often than not, RJ is the guy who's getting hot around Julius Randle. You're noticing them come into their own as a duo because they both are great two-way players. We're seeing that RJ is finally getting a little bit more consistent with his 3-point shot.
I think I can say the Pistons haven't had anything easy in the half court in this game. They've had to work for it all.
Shooting about 40% in February, where he was shooting abysmal numbers in the beginning of the year. I love seeing that he's allowing the game to come to him instead of forcing it. It felt like he was forcing it in the Warriors loss, and I'm noticing that when RJ lets the game come to him, when he's taking it naturally, step by step, we're usually winning these games. We're playing pretty well, and Randle and RJ together is a combination that's going to be so great for our core, so great for our future. You're noticing the playmaking from both of them, specifically RJ. Now players the rest of the defenses are taking him seriously when he's driving into the lane, so it's easier for him to kick out to Randle.
One piston that was wide open.
Barrett for Randle and a long gun that goes.
Who opened for the 3. I remember last year so many instances where Randle just didn't trust RJ to make a lot of those shots, and you're seeing Randle, RJ build this chemistry and play well off of each other. These guys are representing New York so well with their hard-nosed defense, great attitude, and representing for New York. These are the 2 guys who wanted to be there when others didn't. These are guys who have good accolades behind them and use their accolades to represent for New York. Let's dive into the rest of our players. Derrick Rose has been playing so well in the starting point guard position, while Elfrid Payton has been out off the starting lineup, is playing much more efficiently, playing much better, getting hot earlier, and allowing quickly to play better with Frank Ntilikina, who seem like to be a better combination than Derrick Rose and IQ, where IQ and Derrick Rose are both combo scoring guards who can also facilitate and play make, whereas Frank is a pass first point guard, so IQ can play off the ball really well, but then Frank can also get open, get free for a shot, and IQ can play make with him. I feel like it's really electrified our second unit. Let's talk about our veterans in Alec Burks and Reggie Bullock, who have been shooting so well from three, which is what the Knicks just needed. Randle shooting well from three, no one saw that coming, but Reggie Bullock, Alec Burks not shooting that well from three, that was just, it was a tough way to start the season. And now you're seeing these veterans come into their own, come into their groove. Alec Burks making, again, I think against the Kings, he made 3 back-to-back threes to ice the game, to seal the game.
Burks steps back, three-pointer. It's good. Burks against Bagley, steps back, three-pointer. Back to back. Burks tries again. Puts it in, 3.
He's been performing at a monster level, shooting about 40% from 3. Reggie Bullock shooting about 38% from 3. And you're noticing that besides even on the offensive end, on the defensive end, they're really coming together as a team and they're really buying into what's going on. And that's what you need to win games in the NBA. Yeah, you can have RJ and Randle consistently putting up those numbers, but until your veteran players like Alec Burks, Reggie Bullock, the other guys start stepping up as well, it's a team sport. You're never gonna get the wins you want. Moving away from the offensive end, let's talk a little bit about the defense and the guy who's been holding the defense together, Nerlens Noel. Man, he's been doing such a great job at filling in for Mitch while he's been out. Mitch has been out for the last few weeks with a devastating injury, but you know, in the meantime, Nerlens Noel has been putting on a clinic at the rim.
Sekou Doumbouya hands the ball. Josh Jackson gets to the basket,
stopping every single shot. You know, when they asked him about his philosophy at the rim, he said,
philosophy. I mean, if you don't know, you're gonna find out. That's my philosophy. Just protecting the rim by any means.
He's been taking his craft really seriously. Tom Thibodeau has really gotten to buy into it. Now, the numbers might not jump off the page for you guys, but like, that's not what we need Nerlens Noel, Mitchell Robinson to do, to put up statistical numbers every night. We need them to be defensive anchors, because Tom Thibodeau loves to run like an ice defense where he's able to play well because the rest of the defense is doing their job, and it's all clicking together. This is what the Knicks need, because we're really not that great on offense. Yes, we're coming onto our own, but the defense is really holding this team together. I got to hear the Pistons stream, and they were talking about how they believe the Knicks are one of the top elite defensive teams in the NBA. How no team really wants to see them in the playoffs, because you're gonna have to work hard for it every night. You're gonna have to work hard for your shots. That's why we're number 1 in all those defensive ratings. And I'm so happy to see that we've been so consistent with that. I remember looking at these wild statistics at the beginning of the year, thinking like, there's no way the Knicks are gonna be able to hold opponents to first in opponents' field goal 3-point percentage. And here we are, halfway through the season, 4th seed, the sole owner of the 4th seed with a positive winning record. Man, the Knicks look legit, and the locker room feels legit. It's not just how they're playing on the court, it's how they're doing off the court. Previous Knicks rosters just didn't seem like they were taking it seriously, and you just see how post-game interviews.
Just your reaction to having a winning record at this late stage of the season.
Your reaction to the winning record, honestly, in our locker room, it's expected. I said all year, we feel like every time we go out, we have a chance to win a game, that we're going to not even have a chance, that we're going to win a game. So I'm not really surprised where we're at as a team. We have a certain level of focus on a night-to-night basis that gives us a shot every night.
The Knicks, this team really do have an aura around them, and it's taken the league by storm. And I'm so happy to be covering this team with you guys. And you know, I've been a Knicks fan for so long, to finally see them win in this position is wild, because we mortgaged a lot of our future to win that 2012-2013 year when we had Amari, when we had those players. But right now we're winning on pretty cheap contracts, pretty good roster building. Like, Julius Randle's only getting paid $20 million a year, and we still have another year with him. We have a lot of our young players playing at a high elite level, and we still have money to blow. We have picks in our treasure chest to make moves with, and the Knicks are in a great position. That's how we are in terms of the overall landscape. Let's talk a little bit about the next few games and what's going to happen after the All-Star break. So the Knicks have a chance tonight and Saturday to go on a 5-game win streak. If they can close out a road game against the Spurs, who are a really good Western Conference team, the Knicks can show that they're battle tested. They have an opportunity to be a real team right before the All-Star break, while they're going to go into a tougher schedule in the second half of the season. I feel like this would be great for their confidence. You know, go on a 5-game win streak. If they can close out the game against the Spurs, there's no doubt in my mind that they can close the game out against the Pistons and go into the All-Star break cruising a little. We could also drop the game against the Spurs tonight. It shouldn't be the end of the world as long as we win that Pistons game, because they are the worst team in the NBA and we can't be losing games like that. We should be blowing teams like that out of the water. I'm so happy to see the Knicks playing this well, man. I hope next time I get to talk to you guys, it's after a 4-game win streak and possibly even after a 5-game win streak. You know, I told you guys that I was going to be doing a giveaway if Julius Randle makes the All-Star, and I will keep my promise. I'm not sure what I'm going to be giving away yet. I'm still trying to figure that out, but I will probably be doing it over the All-Star break. Hopefully by the All-Star, the All-Star game itself, I will be announcing who the winner is, and hopefully if either Randle wins the skills challenge or if Obi wins the dunk contest, I might throw in something a little bit extra there. Maybe do 2 giveaways or maybe give something extra in the first giveaway. I'll let you guys know. Stay posted. I know it's been a week since I put out a video. This video itself actually took like 3 separate days and 3 separate takes to make, just because I just didn't like the quality of the first few videos. But hey, I'm back with you guys. I'm excited to talk to you guys, and make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. I really want to see you guys get more involved in the comments so we can, you know, form a bond, so you guys can tell me what you like, what you don't like, even if it's little things. Again, appreciate the love. Hope to see you guys soon, and let's go Knicks.